It doesn't take much to notice that there is one question that puzzles many men of our times. A question that most men want to know the answer to. A query that might hold a solution to their dreams and aspirations. An inquiry that asks, what creates great men? What do Mozart, Michael Jordan and Elon Musk have in common? And yet oftentimes when such a question is asked, the answer puts off many eager spirits, because a typical response that most men receive back is that greatness is born, and that the universe has blessed a few great men with some sort of innate ability to excel at what they do. Mozart was blessed with a superior talent for music. Michael Jordan was given wizard skills on the basketball court, and Elon Musk was born a genius, while everyone else that did not have such luck is destined for mediocrity. There is one problem though when it comes to this view of greatness. Nothing backs this up but pure imagination, because talent plays but little role in greatness. Rather, excellence is the result of years and years of tremendous amount of hard and painful work. People forget to mention that Mozart spent his entire life starting from the age of 3 studying music, just like they often ignore the extraordinary work ethic and effort both Michael Jordan and Elon Musk put into their endeavors. In short, great men aren't born, great men are made, and they are made through their own willingness to intentionally practice and improve their skills. What about you, friend? Have you ever dreamt with your eyes open of a better life? Envisioning yourself as a man of greatness in some domain? Have you ever wondered how could you get there? If your curiosity is triggered and if you wish to pursue excellence, here are a few points to keep in mind. When practicing a skill, most men practice it by mindlessly repeating an activity over and over without any clear objective of what they want to accomplish. In such scenarios, if a man is trying to improve, for example, his boxing skills, he will go to the boxing bag, hitting it session after session without thinking much about specific ways he can improve his hits, ending up later on without any improvement at all, blaming his lack of skills on talent and quitting. Whatever your chosen domain is, friend, practice with intention and design your routines with clear objectives and goals in mind. Break down your skill set into sharply defined elements and work intently on the elements that you need to improve the most, focusing solely on that aspect alone. Take the boxing example again. Instead of hitting mindlessly the bag, break down your boxing skills into different elements: body alignment and reactions, breathing, head movement, the technique of your punch throws. Assess honestly each skill. Take the one that needs the most improvement and keep working on that element until you bring it up to a good level, and then move on to the next one. In many cases, it also makes sense to have a teacher or a coach help you design your practice sessions, because a teacher can also see you in ways you cannot see yourself and can direct you to focus on the elements that you need to work most on. Understand the power of an outside eye and opinion in your personal growth, and don't let your manly pride get in the way of your success. Look up to the world's top performers in any domain and understand, friend, that practice makes perfect. To be the best in any sphere, you have to put in the time. If you want to become an expert in your field, you need to sacrifice at least 10,000 hours of practice first. As the saying goes, a great violin player spends at least 10,000 hours to be the star of the orchestra. The average violin player will total around 8,000 hours over the course of his career, and the future music teacher just over 4,000 hours. There are no shortcuts to success. If you want to be the best man that you can be, you will have to commit yourself to years of repeated practice. Constant feedback is also crucially important. This will require you to remain humble and hungry, to be able to see honestly the results of your efforts, so that you can evaluate if the way you are doing things is working or if you need to change something. On top of this, without any feedback during practice, you will lose sight of the vision that you were aiming at, and therefore your motivation will drop. Do your best, friend, to always look for feedback during your practice sessions. If your activity is more physical, do your best to evaluate your speed, reaction times, accuracy, to know if you are on track or if you need adjustments. For activities that are more mental and that require a more subjective evaluation, like music or speaking in front of an audience, don't be afraid to involve a third party's opinion or a mentor's input in your assessments. Let your drive and determination to become great bring you to a stop constantly to look for feedback. Remember that putting all these elements into practice will require you to focus and concentrate so much on your performance that you will be mentally and physically exhausted after each of your practice sessions. Accept this fact, friend, and instead of focusing on conserving your energy and not giving your best every time, go all in each session and then give yourself more time to recover if needed. It doesn't matter if you need a bit more food to get back on track or if your regeneration needs some extra sleep. If you feel drained after your sessions, chances are that you got something great out of them. Finally, something that is obvious to you, friend, as it is to everyone else. No one likes to do activities that they are not good at. It is never fun to fail over and over again and receive constant criticism on how you can get better. We would all rather do things that we excel at to stroke our egos than being humbled by our every shortcoming. But in order to become great in any domain, you need to specifically target the skills that represent your weaknesses and deliberately put focus on the things you are not good at over and over again, sometimes beyond exhaustion, until your weaknesses become your strengths. On your journey to greatness, will you be the man that dares to remain humble, the man that embraces hard work consistently and intentionally targets his deficiencies, or will you excuse yourself from your pursuit with the first failure? The first path will lead you to incredible achievements, the second to resentment. The choice is yours to make.